If before now fighting boss Constantine was a big issue for you, maybe you had to use 3 pips or 4 pips. Let's say your Batwoman the Drown team was not that strong, or you've not really, maybe you have like a 4-star Batwoman the Drown, you don't have Robin King and all of that. Well, this is a strategy that you can use that within 2 pips you can have the boss down. So what you just do is that your first pip, you make sure you use your health reduction. All the health reduction characters you can combine them together and take down as much health as possible with your health reduction team. For me, I would suggest you could use something like uh, Legendary Black Adam. That's the Rock Black Adam. Then you could use what's this guy's name? Deathstroke. Yeah, Deathstroke. That's one very accessible health reduction character. Then the third character could be you could use Batman Who Laughs if you have Batman Who Laughs. If you don't have Batman Who Laughs, you could use Zatanna. And if you don't have Zatanna, you could use King of Atlantis Aquaman. But basically, your 3 characters in your first pick should be health reduction characters. If you do that, you can take the boss health to be really low, maybe even lower than it is because I was experimenting on my first pick. But if I had used my pure health reduction team, I would have had even less health to fight with. And another thing that has made this match better is that raiding has been fixed. Raiding now does more damage because now he easily steals power, like before, where it was only two of one swipe right and one basic that was doing power stealing. So right now, most of the time, the boss is going to be on low power. That's what makes this amazing. The boss is regularly going to be on low power, and the lower the boss's power, the more damage you are doing. So, yeah, for those of you that like me, that you have a very well built out Batwoman the Drowned team, then yes, this fight just use Batwoman the Drowned, use your God Killer artifact on Batwoman the Drowned. That way you are keeping the boss weak and you're able to consistently hit the boss and build up your flooding. So you could use Robin King, that's the first choice. If you don't have Robin King, you use Arkham Knight Batman and use John Stewart Green Lantern as support. Basically any Batwoman the Drowned team that works well for you, you could just use it in this match and you will one shot the boss. But we all know that not everybody is going to have that setup. You may even have Batwoman the Drowned, but you may not have the appropriate support for the team. Your Batwoman the Drowned might actually have a low star rating, and that can be, yeah, it can be really, really painful because you end up beating the boss maybe to like 50% of the boss's health and you are stuck. So if you are quite confident that your Batwoman is drowned is not yet good enough to take down any boss, I just advise you use health reduction team first, then you can now go to Mortal Kombat team. Mortal Kombat team is like, for me at the moment, this is the best cleanup team in the game at any artifact level. I think so, yeah. I think I can boldly state that. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. But I think, yes, Mortal Kombat team is very, very good in cleaning up leftover health. So you have your health reduction team, then you clean up with Mortal Kombat team. So yeah, so that's for that. I got shitty rewards as always, but it's these things happen. So this next match is Batwoman, not Batwoman. I love Batwoman the Drowned so much. This next match is Heartbreaker the Queen. This is the OG LOA team. Uh, you might ask, why are you doing this? Because this team right here can be 2 teams. You can use your Raven with a King of Atlantis Aquaman and one shot, and you could use your LOA team with Supergirl, Girl of Steel, Supergirl. So, but the reason I'm doing that is that in this match, first off, this boss I believe is immune to crit and lethal. Yes, immune to crit and lethal. That's one. And that is not an issue if you are using Girl of Steel. You just need to have DMC on Heartbreaker the Queen. The only other issue is that this boss also delays your tagging. So well, I would say, yeah, that delay tagging is bad. But I think for me personally, the major reason is that I have not been consistent with one shotting because as at this point of this video, I believe I still have just a level 7 twin blade and I don't get consistent results. So sometimes I one shot against some bosses, and sometimes I have like maybe 100 million health left, or something like that, or sometimes 100 million health left, or sometimes 10 million health left. So like, my point is that if your support active artifact has not waiting to like maybe something like level 9, level 10, you won't really get consistent results with this team. That's one. Second thing is that for that Harley Quinn team to really be good and for you to now get to the point where you spam your specials with EPI, you need to use God Killer on Girl of Steel. Now, go with this on this journey with me. If I use God Killer on Girl of Steel, if I use Zatanna's Puppet on EPI, obviously I have to use DMC. I don't have any choice because this boss is me to create. I have to use DMC on Heartbreaker the Queen. That way, I'm not getting any support. So if I were fighting the previous solo raid where Deathstroke was the final boss, I'm always forgetting the name of that solo raid. But if I were fighting that previous solo raid, then I would have not had an issue because I can easily use God Killer and get the support attack. But in this match, I need that God Killer because I need that additional negative effect. But the boss is delaying my tagging and I'm not having enough negative effect. So there are a lot of things that could go wrong. Like I said, if maybe I had like a maxed out, just one maxed out twin blade, I can still make it work. But the fact that my twin blade is not maxed out and I cannot get additional negative effect from God Killer on Girl of Steel, then there's a big problem. I can't get to the point where I can spam my API special 3 and consistently tagging. Of course, tagging is delayed. So there are a lot of things that could go wrong. I just didn't want to risk it. So yeah, if you are confident in yourself, you are better off using Gale of Steel, right? Use Twin Blade on Gale of Steel and use Zatan's Puppet on EPI and use your DMC on Heartbreaker the Queen. Good luck to you. But if you're not confident of that, I'll just advise use the OG LOA team and end that match in 1 minute and move on to the next thing. You don't have to be perfect every time. I don't expect 100% efficiency against every single boss. If everything was basically guaranteed, then there's no fun in the game. The fun is in maybe you might not be able to one shot. The fun is in trying different teams, not in just using a specific set of teams constantly every single day. At a point, don't you get tired? I know personally I do. So yeah, I just had to make that work in that specific situation. Now the final team that you can see here, I've already taken the boss's health down less than half, is Raven and King of Atlantis Aquaman. Yeah, this team still works perfectly. The last time I showcased Black Manta with Raven, and of course that team can one shot much faster than this, but don't underestimate King of Atlantis Aquaman. Is still very, very good with Raven, even with at this point, I believe I was still using level 6 Twin Blade, either 6 or 7, it doesn't really matter. It's still pretty low, but I was still able to one shot. I believe maybe with some time left, but yeah, this team is pretty strong, and yeah, I hope you guys are having fun using this thing. Anyways, if you enjoy my videos, smash the subscribe button, become a member on the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.